If you want to know how I went from this to this, keep on watching. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I thought I would update you on my new way of applying my eyebrows to make them fluffier, to make them fuller, to make them voluminous, yet only using 3 actual products and still being able to create more of a natural eyebrow. Before we get started though, don't forget to hit that bell notification, subscribe, because we are going to be doing a giveaway here very soon, and a good one. Let's get started. All you're going to need to create a fluffy, more natural looking brow is 7 products. So let me show you the 7 quickly. Pointy Q-tips. Yes, you can get these on Amazon. This is so you can make precise lines. We want to be able to carve out our eyebrow if, let's say, you maybe put too much product on it. Number 2, I prefer using this spoolie. This is another Amazon find. You can buy them in bulk and it really combs through your brow hairs. Number 3, a dense brush. This is 7B as in boy, Anastasia Beverly Hills. Dense meaning like you can't really move the hair when you push hard. Micellar water. This is important too. Same thing goes for wing liner, right? Micellar water is just great to have in general when doing your makeup. Then let's move on to the actual eyebrow products. We're going to start first by mapping out our eyebrows using medium brown in the Anastasia Brow Wiz. Make sure also when you open this, when you take the cap off, that it's pointing upwards, because sometimes the product will fall out, unfortunately. This is in the shade medium brown, Brow Wiz. And then let me show you the spoolie, but let me put this back on because we don't want it to fall out. But like I said earlier, I like to use the Amazon spoolie because it really does get in there. Then we will be using as well the Taupe Brow Powder Duo, along with, which is another Anastasia Beverly Hills product. Last but not least, we've got Anastasia's Microstroke Brow Pen. So the products that I've used hasn't changed at all. It's just my technique has changed. So let's get started. We want to clean our eyebrows. We want to make sure, I already have skincare on my face, so you want to make sure you want to clean off the skincare because we don't want a slippery eyebrow, especially when it comes to putting products on there. You want the pigment to actually show. I also like to clean a little bit above my eyebrow because if anything, I definitely don't add hair from the bottom, but I add on top. And I believe that should be an overall rule. If you want to add volume, always add from the top, not the bottom. Next, I'm going in with my Amazon bought spoolie. If you notice, I bend it from the actual base of the spoolie. I like to bend it a little bit so I can get every hair. So I'm just wanting to comb through my eyebrows. And I like to go the opposite direction as well, just to see where there's any bald spots or sparse areas. Okay, so once I've done that, I don't have a lot of hair to work with, obviously, so I don't have a lot to brush, but they definitely can get stubborn and go all different types of directions. So I'm just wanting to make them cohesive. Next, we map the brows, and I've been doing it completely wrong per Anastasia Beverly Hills. I have just been researching her for as long as I've been interested in makeup, and I believe her technique may have changed a little bit, but check it out. So this is how I used to map them out. And I got yelled at on TikTok by some people as well when I was trying to figure out how to do brows over a year ago now. And they were like, you need to go from your nostril, the start of your nostril, to the middle of your pupil. But in actuality, you have to start on the tip of your nose. Then you angle your actual pencil to the middle of your pupil. I'm going to mark my brows so that you guys see. I don't need to do this anymore because I do my brows obviously every day, but this really creates more of a natural, fluffier brow. I believe that some people may want, some people may not want. To each their own. You want to start where your nostril starts, right at that indent, okay? So this will be where the first hair-like stroke will be for me, okay? Right here. I'm going to make it really as obvious as I can. Then I go to the tip of the nose, middle of the pupil. When you're looking straight is where the high point of the arch will be. That will be where the highest point of my eyebrow will be, the arch. Okay, I'm just going to make this a horizontal line. Okay, then we go to the start of the nose, or however you want to interpret it, but we start at wherever your nose ends, outside nostril, And then you want to go to the end of the eye. And this right here is the tail end of the eyebrow. Okay, so it'll be like right here. Okay, so you see these 3 spots right here? These 3 little marks I made on my eyebrow. Okay, so I marked my other eyebrow as well. So this will be where your eyebrow starts. This will be the highest point of the eyebrow, your arch, and this will be where your tail of the eyebrow, the end of the eyebrow. Also, just a little tip, I like to try and find like a freckle or something that will always be there so that I don't have to constantly mark my face when doing this. And I've found, especially on this side, there's like a little birthmark here and there's like a zit there that never goes away. So I know exactly where the highest point, etc., is. Now we're going to just connect the dots basically. So first I'm going to start by sketching lightly. And don't forget, I'm going to be blending using a spoolie. And you won't see any of these marks, obviously. I'm starting at the tail end of my eyebrow. Just like my lip liner, I like to start at the corner of my lips. I like to also start similar, but at the tail end. Notice how I don't have hair here, right? I purposefully tweezed it because for me, naturally, I don't prefer my brows frowning. I prefer my brows and my eye in general to make the illusion of at least that it goes up and out. In order for that to happen, I just plucked off a little bit of the tail end of my eyebrow. I mean, I have literally forced my whole, my friends and family to do it already, and they love it. But anyway, to each their own. So if this is the tail end, I'm just going underneath this a little bit. Instead of following my natural hair or my natural eyebrow shape, which would go downwards, I'm meeting this by creating another little line underneath and connecting it to a point. Okay, now from here, I'm going to follow my natural eyebrow. So like I said, I'm not adding volume to the bottom part of my brow, only to the top. I'm just trying to exaggerate this as much as possible just so you guys can see this. So I'm just doing the bottom first, sketching the bottom outline of the brow. Okay, and then naturally, our eyebrows, right, as you reach the front part of the brow, our eyebrows go down. All of the hairs aren't naturally the same height. Naturally as well, our eyebrows are darker from the center outwards. So I'm going to try and mimic that, but just add more to it, if you know what I mean. Okay, so now that I've got the bottom part sketched, do you see how like it goes on a downward slope right here? I'm going to do the top now. So if that's the arch now, I'm literally adding, look at all that space. Most likely I will condense it, but just for now, I just want you guys to see like how I just don't have any hair right here, right? I'm not going to make my eyebrows this thick, just trust the process. Okay, now from here, I'm going to connect to the arch. Okay, so literally like this. It's not going to look like this, but I just wanted to show you, but I'm going to take it down a millimeter or 2. Now comes the easy part. Okay, so I just took this brow off, because I wanted to show you the difference between the ending result versus my natural brow. Next, I am going to start in the center of my eyebrow because I can just go darker there. The general rule is to follow the actual direction of where your natural hair is going. So for example, if I'm starting in the center of the brow, my hair is naturally going upwards and diagonal for the most part, or they're just going horizontal, but they're not going down. So that's how I want to make hair-like strokes, just short little strokes, like you see me kind of flick the pencil. And again, I'm starting in the center because that's naturally where the darkness is, right, of the eyebrow. So that's enough. That's all I'm going to do for now. Now, as you see here, my eyebrow hair is going upwards, up diagonally, but starting lower. So I want to mimic that direction as well. And again, we're still going to use powder and the brow pen. Another little trick I've learned as well, in order to create more of that natural fluffy eyebrow look that we all want, we have to be able to see skin. You want to be able to see your skin in between each hair-like stroke. So for example, for me, this is a little bit too filled in. So I'm going to go in with my spoolie, what this does is it takes product away, right? I'm just blending, and that's what blending is. We're taking product away, and I'm trying to make it so that I can try and see as much skin as possible. So I'm going to go back and forth. Okay, so now that I have brushed the shit out of my eyebrow, basically took off most of the product, which is fine, because again, we're just outlining. This is just the first layer. And when you start getting used to this, you guys, I mean, this only takes me 5 minutes now to do my eyebrows, but you can guarantee that your eyebrows will stay all day and the shape will look natural and voluminous. I'm taking my Anastasia 7B brush, and this is in the shade Taupe. I'm gonna just mix the two. And again, starting in the same position where I started using the Brow Wiz, the pencil, I'm gonna start in the center. And just where I see sparse areas, am I just going to basically stamp? Again, trying to mimic the exact direction where my eyebrow hair is going. So from the center, from the arch of my brow down, my hairs go naturally downwards. So that's what I want to do. Okay, so I don't like to use too much powder because obviously with powder, you can't really mimic hair-like strokes. Applying it, you just want to pick and choose your spots, really only where there's sparse areas. So I will leave the front part of my eyebrow to the brow Microstroke pen because I can't, like I said, this is only for really filling in the gap and making them look a little bit thicker than what my brow naturally looks like. I mean, look at the difference. Okay, so now I'm going to go in actually using this side of, I don't mind this spoolie as much. It's the Brow Wiz and the Microstroke spoolie that I'm not a fan of. So I'm going to just gently comb through my brow hair. Obviously, this is different because I'm sure everybody on this planet Earth has more eyebrow hair than I do, but I'm not dealing with a lot. But I'm doing this mainly for the blending so that there's no harsh lines. Okay, so I'm going to add a little bit more, going in with the darker shade only, and I'm going to try and solidify see how there's this sparse area from the tail to the arch? We're trying to not make that sparse. So that's where I'll need the pigment of the powder as opposed to the pencil or the pen. And again, this is all just practice. I know it can be really frustrating. It took me a year to figure out the perfect eyebrow routine for myself. Literally just figured this out. So figure out what works. It's all about trial and error. No matter what, I still keep the shape where I had initially created those 3 marks. As long as I continue to keep that structure, and now I've been like plucking my eyebrows to that structure as well, so that's really helped. I did get nano blading done to be transparent, but honestly, it's almost gone. And I'm not about to spend another 10 grand, that's right, to get them done again. Like, no. Again, look at the difference. I like to use the shade Soft Brown. I find it to be less harsh, and in all honesty, I'm pretty sure this has expired. I have a few more new ones, but I like the ones that have worn out a little bit because the pigment isn't as strong. You want to practice. This took me a couple of months to really understand how to, because everyone's hand's different. All I know is you don't want to rest the actual pen onto the eyebrow. You need to flick, 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 light flicks. So again, I'm going to start where the darkest part of my eyebrow is, which is here. And there's nothing else on the market that creates hair-like strokes other than this. I know there's a lot of products similar to Anastasia's, but I've tried them all, you guys, and this is the best, period. If you see, I am picking and choosing where I want to do this. Rest your elbow on a desk or the end of a drawer, pinky, and go to town. Okay, I'm not using this to outline my brow. No way, no way, no way. Then that's when it starts to look not natural. I'm barely touching my skin. Again, leaving space between each hair-like stroke so you can see your skin peek through to make them look as natural as possible. Okay, so now I'm going to go to the scary part, which is the front of the brow. Okay, so I gradually have made my way here, and I'm really going to spread this out. We can always add more product. We just can't take it away. Lightly, light, light, and space, light and space. So on purpose, I did a little boo-boo by accident, and I made this a little too high. So what you can do is take your spoolie, you'll be able to blend it and even take the product away if you need to. My older routine consisted of only using eyebrow gel basically and the Microstroke pen. But to create volume, to create more depth, you definitely should use at least 2 out of the 3 products I just showed you. For sure non-negotiable though, the Microstroke pen. It's just going to take practice, but I promise you when you get it down, it'll cut your makeup time as far as application goes in half. I will show you the final look. Okay, so before I put my full glam on and show you the final product, I just wanted to show you what both eyebrows look like. Some people may think that my eyebrows are too close together. I prefer it like this. Again, makeup is personal, so to each their own. And another product that I forgot to mention, which I won't do right now until I have most of my makeup on, is Rare Beauty's eyebrow gel. I will list all of the products used, as always, in the description box below. There we go. Okay, so here's the final look. I actually decided not to use eyebrow gel due to the pink glam that I have on currently. So I just wanted to come on here and show you that the brows could actually be worn with any type of glam. You can easily go fluffier, you can go thicker with this technique because of the products being used and how you strategically place each hair-like stroke. So I just wanted to show you the final look, and I hope this helped. Let me know in the comments below what you'd like to see from me next. Would you like a tutorial on a specific maybe makeup look that you've seen me wear? This one? Let me know. Also, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, bell notification. We've got another giveaway, and it's going to be a big one coming up here soon. So until next time, love you. Bye. And I hope this helped. Let me know in the comments below what, oh my God. Sorry, not sure if you heard that, but that is a loud ass bike.